Beachbody. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Carl Deichler. Hello, everybody. Oh, that's loud. Good morning. If I sound a little groggy, it's because my room is right over top of your workout space. And you people breathe loud. I would like you tomorrow morning, you can do the workout, but just turn the music down and try to keep your breath a little bit lower. No hoop hoop hollering. All right, we got some exciting stuff today. This is really going to be an exciting bit of announcements. And normally, we'll do a speech or something at Summit or Leadership, and I try to close and try to make it so that people are like, we're out the door and get to work. But I'm going to turn it upside down a little bit. I'm going to talk about sort of where I am, where my mind is, but try not to make it so that you feel like you need to sprint out of here and jump off the boat and start swimming home. Must Make Success Club. Is that Diana Nyad? There's 50 of them. All right, so starting out, okay, sort of level setting. It's hard for me, by the way, I have my notes over here, which have some outrageously exciting announcements. But I want to stay away from them, but it's so good. Like, it's so good. But here's what it all pertains to, and here's what matters. And again, I say this understanding that they sell drinks out there, and I hope you enjoy them. Like, they have the one, right, that looks like it's sort of like it's long, it's got a ball at the bottom and a thing. I don't know what's in that, but it cannot be good for you. But, and I want you to I want you to have a good time, and every once in a while you just go, this is my little window, so you're gonna have your time, and I do want you to be able to enjoy this. But there's also, with 3,000 coaches at least on this ship, you represent sort of the tip of the iceberg, and there's this glacier of over 400,000 other people out there who need to understand how important our work is right now. And it's very easy for us to take for granted. I see your posts, it's cool, free vacation, I can't believe this, people doing crazy things, paying off debt, very exciting success stories that are happening. But at the end of the day, with over 400,000 coaches, the obesity rate climbing, lifestyle disease like diabetes, heart disease, and so on, climbing, our work has just begun. And what we continue to develop at Beachbody, and as we sort of formalize and continue to test new ways of training, I need to ask you guys, as the Success Club leaders, to change the mentality of our 400,000 plus coaches. What? This company did $1 billion last year and is telling us to change our mentality? That's effed up. I'm telling you right now, we have to change the mentality. Too much of what we do is negotiable. Wake up Monday morning and I'm thinking, I've got this cool thing, it's sort of a part-time job. I might do one of those vital behaviors this week. It can't be negotiable. Vital behavior, you got to invite. If you're going to be in this to help people, you got to invite every day. You have to have a challenge group. There is no way that all of your team, even if you take the discount customers out of the equation, I want to see how long I can hold it. Because this boat's going, baby. Is this the tree? There's no way all of your people know about the Challenge Tracker app. There's no way all of your people are holding challenge groups every month. There's no way, because we would see a much different behavior, both in challenge pack sales, but also in activity to the Beachbody Challenge, in activity to in Success Club, in activity on Facebook and groups, and now that we have the Challenge Tracker app, we can see who's really engaged. We need to change this mentality to make it non-negotiable. I don't want coaches who just hang out here because it's a cool club to be in. I mean, it's neat. I love the size of the community. But where my head is right now, we have got to make it non-negotiable that people engage in what we're doing, they engage in the vital behaviors, even if they do it just a little bit. If people are going to be a part of this, it's got to be non-negotiable that they are the proof the product works. Doesn't mean they have to drink Shakeology every day. Some people have an adverse reaction. But they can watch their portions. They can use Beachbody On Demand. They can do a program 3, 4, 5 times a week. Now it's just 22 minutes. Like, everybody can do this. It needs to be non-negotiable. Now let's not make it forever. Let's make it non-negotiable. From this moment, right in here, all of us and everybody who's watching, on the other side of the deck, they probably have those big long drinks. What's he talking about?
That is a really long straw.
You know what's the worst about that? Is you're not paying any attention, you're just sucking out of that straw, and you're just watching, maybe sports on, maybe Carl's talking on stage, and I didn't know that was the last sip. You didn't get the last sip enjoyment. That's worse. It's like a last cookie enjoyment. You eating your cookies, you've done them. Oh! I got to get more cookies because I didn't have the last cookie enjoyment. We got to make it non-negotiable right now. And that's, like I said, not forever. Let's make it non-negotiable that we and our teams are going to use the Challenge Tracker app. We're going to start challenge groups between now and May 29th, going into Memorial Day weekend. Let's just make it non-negotiable. We're going into the summer. There's no downside to this. Even if they just do Pyo or yoga or whatever, make it non-negotiable. Hi, Sherry. Good to see you. That's a powerful woman right there, by the way. Incredible coach. We got to make this non-negotiable for people. If they want to change their lives, we want to help them achieve their goals to lead healthy, fulfilling lives. We're calling it Summer Strong. I put up a little video this morning on Facebook that we're launching this thing, Summer Strong. I don't know if you remember, I did a little thing on my whiteboard where I asked, what should we call this thing? I thought Summer Shape Up or Summer Slim Down would be good. You all seem to like Summer Strong. So that's what we called it. By the way, funny story. Jake, who helps me with social media, came into my office and he's like, and Jake is super cool, he's like a former model. In fact, there's a Halloween costume. What Halloween costume is he the face for? I don't know, he's like the Dumb and Dumber guy, isn't he? Okay, like you can go in, somebody was shopping and was like, that's Jake, he's the dumb guy. But he's this really cool guy. Anyway, he comes to my office and he's like, you know, nobody likes to tell me that my ideas are really stupid. So he comes in and he's like, you know, we were thinking about maybe instead of calling, you know, people are into health and they're into strong and they're into the upside, and not everything being about weight loss and, you know, shape up. And so we kind of like Summer Strong. And I'm like, that is stupid. That's a terrible idea, Jake. And I called my assistant in, Philippa came in, and I said, Philippa, which would you want more? Summer Slim Down, Summer Shape Up, or Summer Strong? And she's like, for sure, Summer Slim Down. She's British. Or at least that day she was. And I'm like, see, Jake, come on. He goes, well, all right, we can call it that if you want. Or maybe you can do a Facebook thing and get your people involved and see what they pick. And it was like, hands down, Summer Strong. So that's what it's called. It kicks off on April 4th. You can submit your before pictures between April 1st and April 30th, and then your after photos between, I think, May, let's just say sometime end of May. It's all the information's on the website on my Facebook page, but through June 7th. Again, similar to the year-end resolution promotion that we did, we are giving away $30,000, $5,000 to the top male and female most inspirational stories. Strong, stronger every day, right? This is how we get stronger every day. We're going to make it non-negotiable. We got a Summer Strong t-shirt. The first 2,000 people that send in their before and afters are going to get a sampler pack of Beachbody Performance. If you're in Canada, you get Shakeology sampler pack, so you're involved. So the point is, we're going to make this non-negotiable. Let's just make it non-negotiable. This is what we do. This isn't pretend. This isn't one of those other MLMs that are like, yeah, you don't really have to drink the shake, just sell the stuff. No, we're going to be a part of this. We are health, we are fitness, we are peer support, we are rewards. We got to do this all the way in. Beachbody has some of the most exciting things happening over the course of the next 4 months in the history of the business, and I'll get to them in a second. But our deal has to be, this is non-negotiable. Success Club, if you're serious about this, has to be non-negotiable. You can't make it to the end of March and not be in Success Club. You got to help your team. You got to know which people on your team are this far from Success Club. Who's having a hard time getting traction? Who doesn't understand how to open a conversation to get to somebody's goals? Help people achieve their goals to lead healthy, fulfilling lives. Step one is find out what somebody's goals are. What's your goal? How do you feel? You start conversations, you help get people engaged in their own goals. Think about how exciting that is, about how many people are sleepwalking through life. You know, you're going to get back off this ship in Fort Lauderdale, whatever, you're just going to see people sleepwalking through life. I was in the Bahamas for a few days with the family before we all met up, and you just watch people on this island sleepwalking, and I'm like, oh my God, there's so much potential if they would just go, wait, I had a goal. One time when I was a kid, I wanted to be an astronaut, or I wanted to do this or that. Where's your creativity? You're the ones, we are the ones that are going to awaken that in them. Help people achieve their goals. Step one is help them find their goal again. Needs to be non-negotiable. Invite, invite, invite. Be the proof the product works. Do the personal development. Read a little bit every day. If you're on the ship and you're like, ooh, I didn't bring a personal development book. Why waste? You got this beautiful ocean around you. Download something if you can get Wi-Fi. Download something to listen to. Just make sure 20 minutes a day while you're on this ship that's going to re-engage you so that you get off this boat and you're going to be like, I'm making this non-negotiable that I am in Success Club. When you get out of here, when you turn off this TV, you talk to your team. Real quick post. It is going to be non-negotiable in March that you are in Success Club. Tell your teams that. Non-negotiable that they start a challenge group. Non-negotiable that they use the Challenge Tracker app. And they're like, well, I don't know anything about the Challenge Tracker app. Hello, find out about it. Non-negotiable. The tools are all right there. All right, now I'm done yelling at you. But look, it's vital behaviors. We got them. You recognize them for doing it. When you start seeing your team use the Challenge Tracker app, you see people, they're taking their Shakeology. Like, this is how you track what they're doing. You can track if they do their workout. Okay. Got my people here cheating, helping me. We're going to watch what people are doing, and then you recognize them. Recognize them on Facebook. When they get involved in Summer Strong, you recognize when they submit their befores. Oh, she's eligible for the t-shirt. He's eligible for the Beachbody Performance. They're one of the first 2,000 to submit. You'd be when we did the year-end resolution, the marketing team was scared. I think I said, I forget what it was, but they were afraid. They were like, there are so many people in the December Fix group and doing the year-end resolution. They were like, we're going to give away tens of thousands of sampler packs. And I said, no, we're not. They're like, why? I'm like, because people are lazy. People think, I'll never get it. I won't win. I won't. They could get a free T-shirt. I think we ended up sending out maybe 3,500 T-shirts. 3,500 T-shirts of the 75,000 or so people that engaged in the year-end resolution. I want you people to have your T-shirts. You should all be wearing your T-shirts right now. Non-negotiable that you get the T-shirt for the summer shape-up. Bankrupt the company in the t-shirt department, would you please? Come on, seriously, I'm giving stuff away. Take it from us, please. But I'm not going to give you one of these big things with a long straw. You got to buy that yourself. All right, so that's Summer Strong. April 4th, we kick it off. The programs involved in that, and again, there's a page you can find on my Facebook, but the programs involved in that are, let me make sure I'm in my frame for your laptop. Okay. Size, you can, so the things that we're building this around, size, 22-minute hardcore, Tony's going to be running a group, I'm going to be doing that for 8 weeks, Masters Hammer and Chisel, 21-day fix, 21-day fix extreme, and I wasn't going to announce this before today, but I'm going to announce it now because I'm kind of excited about it. You remember Brazil Butt Lift, right? Now Brazil Butt Lift is one of the programs available on Beachbody On Demand as part of the base catalog. So you don't have to unlock that, or you don't have to have bought it to be able to use it on Beachbody On Demand. Well, we just got done shooting 4 new 30-minute workouts, mostly cardio, that he had originally called Sweat Like a Pig. I'm not kidding. And he's like, I'm like, well, that's kind of harsh. He's like, well, just abbreviate it. Slap. Hey, Leandro. So we thought better of that, and it's Brazil Butt Lift Carnival, and so we're adding these 4 workouts into the program with Brazil Butt Lift. That'll be launched. They're starting to talk about it March 18th. I gave away the secret today. I think in mid-April or so that comes out, or maybe it's right around about mid-April. So you can do like 30 days of it as part of Summer Strong. So that's really exciting. We're also adding new workouts to Size on Beachbody On Demand. So if you want to keep going with that. So there's a lot of stuff to get involved in. And you know, what we care about is that you are going to make it non-negotiable that you and the people around you do something. We're going into summer, it's going to feel good, but here's the thing, it is so hard to start over. I have had a terrible 45 days. I was doing the Masters Challenge, and then I had a coffee table incident with my son and the dog, and it's just like I would go to get started, and then that didn't work, and then I traveled for a week, and I've just been a wreck. And it is from today on, actually started yesterday, non-negotiable that I'm working out through May 29th. Me too, non-negotiable. So let's do this together, shall we? All right. So, Brandon, give me, what is my first slide? If I've got this right, it should be that. Okay. So that's a part of Summer Strong, and let me tell you how exciting it is for you to continue to bring people along with the challenge pack. Now, of course, let me see the next slide, just so we can refresh everybody about what this is about. So you've got you know the PT sandbag that we offer in that? I think we sell, is it normally 20 bucks? 20, what? 25? 35? 40? Do I hear 50? Anyway, it's a lot of money. And we don't even sell the sand with it. So you got to get your own sand. Bring your sand to this beach. But you get it free with the challenge pack, and I think free shipping during the launch of this, right? Free shipping. Not with the challenge pack? $2 shipping. Oh, that's a good deal. All right. So that's only during March, and that's, you know, literally only during March. 22 minutes, 8 weeks. Get people involved in this. $5 for every sale of the base kit goes to the Mission Continues, and I think it's an incredible opportunity for us to both reach out to military, active military, and vets, U.S. military. Now look, can I address one thing? Because we do have an incredible group of Canadian coaches, and it's like, why don't you extend this to Canada, the military thing? we looked at it and it's like, oh my God, then we're gonna go to the UK and then all their military, and it's like, it's just gonna never end. So look, we did this as a special promotion at one point to provide free signups and free back office service fees. So it is a US military-based promotion. I just want to address that we didn't think about it. It's just like, you know, we're gonna go country to, it's just gonna get too much because we can't track everybody's active military status. There's secrecy or confidentiality involved. We just didn't want to get involved in it. There's only so much you can do. But it is an opportunity for active servicemen and or their spouses to get involved without back office service fees, back office service fee, business service fees. I knew there was a B word in there. Then the vets can do it. I was wrong and did a post that said the wives of vets after they retire can do it, but that actually is not the case. But the point is, this is something that is doing a lot of good, because the whole idea for 22-minute hardcore happened one morning when I was going down to my basement, and it's like a cave down there. It's 5 a.m. and I'm like, and I think I was gonna do Insanity. That was 60 minutes, and I was like, oh, it's so dark and cold down here. I don't want to do it. Why don't I keep cookies in this basement? And I went down and I started thinking, I was like, if somebody would just yell at me right now, I would do the workout. If they said, look, this is only going to be 20 minutes. If you would just yell at me. And that made me think of Tony Horton. And I said, he travels around to all these bases. He's very familiar with the military. He's wanted to do a military-themed program. And I'm like, if I just had a drill sergeant, so instead of like P90X and Tony's other programs where he does the workouts, this time he just walks around and just gets you to do it. He just pushes you so that 20 minutes is the most intense possible. And that's what 22-minute hardcore is. And I'm looking forward to starting it on April 4th or before. But it's a great way for, these guys are used to morning PT. We got military guys around the office who love it. And if you finish the program, you get the cool challenge coin. How about that? That's cool, right? So you get people involved, put them in the challenge tracker app, and you get them started with this thing. And it helps guys who are military and women, and they feel like, I'm used to that. That is my fitness. It's basic, it's nothing fancy, it's nothing too complicated. And $5 for every unit that we sell goes to the Mission Continues to help transition vets out of active duty. So far, we have sold, we have generated $287,000 for the Mission Continues, which means we've helped 28 vets transition into civilian duty. That's pretty cool. Okay. Oh, thanks, Brandon. You're staying up. Okay, give me the next slide. Okay, here's some news. Okay, I got my t-shirt on, Beachbody Performance, you love it, right? Okay, this is the real deal, this is the good stuff. And we'll get into more of that later with, when we bring some of the trainers. I want to talk about their experience with it and talk about what it means to help people and set them up for success using Beachbody Performance, or why it's important. But you've asked for it, you want it, so coming this spring, at some point, we're giving it to you. Brandon, give me that slide. Finally, you're getting your orange flavor back. So, that was a little tepid. People like their results in recovery, but when we evolve past something, we don't just serve the flavor palette, we want the results to be there. And if we know we can do better than P90X results in recovery, we're moving it to the next level. That's what Beachbody Performance Recover means. So now it's not going to only be in chocolate, it will be in orange. It launches in the US on the 11th of May. Canada, we have started the process of getting that approved in Canada. It takes a while to get the various departments to approve it, so we're working on, obviously Cafe Latte, working on that. No updates on that, but everything is in process. We got a strong team working on that, so that hopefully in 2017. And that flavor will be in the Beachbody Sampler Kit as of the launch date. Okay, what do I got next, Brandon? Oh, this is an exciting one. This one is super exciting. So, the future of this business, I was you know, I do some of my best thinking in the shower and after the shower. I don't know, something about heated up my head or something. But I was thinking about it, and I was thinking about networks, right? Cable networks, like their goals. A decent-sized cable network is about between 60 and 75 million TV households. And there is a little bit over 100 million TV households in the US. And I'm like, we should be in 100 million households. But my first goal is 10 million households. When we launched the network, John and I were talking about, hey, what do we do with the business now? We're on TV, we're generating over, at that time, $50 million a year in TV exposure. Last year we had $165 million of TV exposure. Now, what happens with all that demand that gets created with people who haven't bought on TV? One of the things that you can do, one of the things that we had the option to do back in 2005 was to then move the product through Walmart, Target, and the big box stores. And that basically is, let's cater to 5 or 6 big accounts, blow out big numbers, new product, blow out big numbers, and that's a sort of a cycle that the infomercial business and direct marketing will do. We didn't feel that was a good application for what we do because we thought having you there to make it non-negotiable that people would get into challenge groups and use the program, not just buy the program, because we've had really good success selling it, right? But getting them to use it, that's hard. So we decided to start this network. And because the thinking was, rather than trying to compete with the gyms and the big box stores by having the biggest concentration of activity, a gym, the biggest gym, we'll start a Beachbody gym in this city and a Beachbody gym in that city. We're going to start gyms, millions of gyms in the most convenient location possible, right downstairs. So if it's in your basement, if it's in your living room, if it's in the garage, whatever's going to work, we're going to get our titles out there in as many houses as possible. And that's what Beachbody On Demand represents. But we are constantly evolving in ways that the competition, even the Netflix of the world, aren't doing. So let's take a look at what we have coming on Beachbody On Demand. This is what we call the iOS app, and we're expecting to hear from Apple any day that you will be able to, check this out, you're going to be able to, trigger an app, Beachbody On Demand, touch your phone, and you'll get this, you'll be able to start the 30-day trial. Give me the next slide, Brandon. Browse that way. You'll still have the normal screen layout to choose the programs, including your purchase programs. Next slide. You will have the member library, still have access to that. And of course, anybody who's used to this, you can either do it on your phone or your iPad, or you can AirPlay it right to your TV if you have Apple TV. Next slide. You get the program details, but let me show you something really exciting. See that? Get ready. Nobody has this. Next slide. When they launch this, you're going to, oh, there's one other thing I'm supposed to say. So, you want to control, one thing that we did was, I hated these little, what are you doing? Go back. So it's so hard, like if this is how big your phone was, it'd be easy to fast forward or go back. You're like, I couldn't figure out that Pilates move with that band on him. I almost strangled myself with that band on him. But you're all sweaty and you can't go back and the band is smashing your face. So we actually call it sweaty pause, where you can actually touch the screen on the right side to fast forward, on the left side to rewind a little bit, and it's going to be super easy to navigate. But here's the big news. Next slide. I think this is the big news. You are now going to be able to download 7 workouts at a time to your phone, so you don't have to have Wi-Fi access to do it. Ain't nobody else got that. Daily burn, don't got that. So you can decide which, depending on how much room you have on your phone, you can decide small, medium, or large. If you want to have the full high definition, and then of course it'll show you on this screen how many you've downloaded, how many you have remaining, and then, so when you're done one, you just load the next one, you move on. You can like constantly be doing this, so you'd be on this cruise right now, you'd have all 7 or whatever number of programs that you could do right now, and you have it with you. You wouldn't rely on the Wi-Fi here to be able to stream. This is a huge breakthrough. We submitted the specifications to Apple, and obviously, we told them to rush it, but they weren't listening to us. So we expect to hear any day that this is going to go live, and then you'll be able to download that from the iTunes App Store. Okay, next slide. Oh, see, I knew you were going to ask me that. Here's the thing about Android, because I asked the guys yesterday, they're going to ask me about Android, what do I tell them? Here's the thing. We do it on Apple first. Apple TV, iPad, iPhone. We do it on that first because it's a consistent platform across this one group of equipment. Okay, Android is multiple. There's multiple manufacturers and different sizes and different specifications for each one. So we basically figure out what's important to you, what's important to the user on this consistent, contiguous platform, and then we start development for Android. So it's on our radar, it's important to us. We're not just shills for Apple, but this is the most efficient way for us to develop this technology. Remember, we're kind of a little company when it comes to this kind of big tech stuff, so we got to figure it out in pieces and understand what's important, and then we'll go to the next level. I don't have any dates for you because we're just launching this, but it is something that we eventually want to do. Okay? Does that suffice? Is that sufficient? I said it, Android. Okay, so what we've done recently, we've done the Apple TV app. I love it. Digital unlocks, as you know, from time to time. Right now we have I think T25, Body Beast. What? Size is? Oh yeah, and size. Those 3. I think you can buy them for some discount, and you can just unlock it. And now that you can download it, now it's kind of a useful thing. Okay, so that's what we have done recently, and the iOS app is coming. Here are some things. Oh, God, you guys, this is so exciting. Now, how are we going to know what the next international market is that we should develop to? Like, where do we know? Because it's English-speaking content. So similar to how we started the business with infomercials, we had a good sense that we could make a market in infomercials here in the US and Canada. We had a built-in marketplace. We will begin testing what I call making it rain, Beachbody on demand, in 140 countries. And based on that demand is how we're going to start to see. Now look, there's 2 sides of the business. I want to be super clear. There's the Team Beachbody side where we have the compensation, genealogy, and then there's the Beachbody side where we do the infomercials and stuff. This represents the Beachbody side. I can't do this over here on the Team Beachbody side, but this is how we're going to understand where international development goes, okay? So this is kind of our petri dish of international. We're not doing any language change. We're just basically putting it out there so that, because one of the things that we found was in, I think it was Indonesia. So I have the tweet deck on my computer, right? And I'm seeing like overnight, Indonesia is like a T25 country. It's like crazy. Like I don't even understand the language and the symbols, but it's like T25 showing